So I was always curious about who has the fastest knockout ever in boxing history, pro boxing history, not by weight division, just ever. And my podcast partner, my big brother, my old stablemate Jeremy Williams had a very fast knockout, listed at a certain time, and then when you go online, when you Google it, when you research it, it comes back with a lot of varying accounts and varying records on who had the fastest knockout. Not in the amateurs, but just the pros. So I did a little deep dive and I timed it, and we're going to look at 3 or 4 fights, all of which are under 20 seconds. So there's a lot of knockouts that occur 20 seconds or more. I'm taking all the ones that occurred in 20 seconds or less because that's a lot more rare than the ones that are 20 to 30 seconds. So let's check this out. We're going to stopwatch it, and we're going to measure, and we're going to see who actually has the fastest knockout ever in all of pro boxing history. Let's break it down. Okay, this first fight is James Thunder, the Thunder from Down Under, if you guys remember him on Tuesday Night Fights, going against Crawford Grimsley. This was featured on Tuesday Night Fights with Al Albert and with the champ Sean O'Grady. I mean, classic for any of you guys growing up in the 80s and 90s. So let's check this one out. Here we go. They face off. And now the clock starts when the bell rings. So let's see what happens. This one's pretty fast. Alright, here we go. Whoa! First punch thrown. Drops him. Now don't forget, until the referee waves it off, it's not a knockout yet. It's a knockout the second the ref waves it off. So he's counting. Boom. There he goes. He stopped it at 13 seconds. So that's a 13-second knockout. Super fast. Now the punch landed almost faster than any punch in history landed. But don't forget, the knockout doesn't occur till the fight is actually waved off and stopped. This next one is in England, in the UK. Nikki Piper versus John Ellis at light heavyweight. Nikki Piper actually had a very good career, mostly campaigning at super middleweight. He fought Nigel Ben, fought Darius Mikulszewski in the early to mid 90s. Nikki Piper was definitely a player in the super middleweight division. So now let's see how this fight goes. Right, bell rings. Oh, first straight right hand drops him. That's almost as fast as James Thunder's, but the referee's counting.
You could hope to see one punch, and it's all over.
He's counting. Oh, so he goes the full 10 count and then stops it. So there we go, 13 seconds. Again, the punch landed probably way quicker than anybody in history, but the fight was actually stopped, waved off, 13 seconds. That one was super fast too, though. This next one here is, speaking of, we just talked about Nikki Piper, who fought Nigel Ben. Here we have Nigel Ben fighting Ian Chandler, again in England. This is in the 90s, early 90s. Nigel Ben is one of the greatest to ever do it. His son is fighting now, but Nigel is known, unfortunately, for tragedy. He's the one who fought Gerald McClellan, and that fight ended up putting Gerald McClellan into a coma for a long time, and then he ended up having permanent brain damage. Very sad story in boxing. But anyway, this is Nigel Ben fighting Ian Chandler. Let's check it out. Bell rings, and they start. Nigel's moving around. Oh, lands a right hook, and down he goes. And the referee starts counting. Oh, and there he waves it off right there. So at 16 seconds, this fight is waved off. Again, super fast. Another under 20-second knockout, one of the few in history. This next one is Phil Williams to the right versus Brandon Burke to the left. And here we go, let's wait. All right, the bell rings. And oh, very first, that's the fastest punch to land. Wow, left hook. Ran right into it, but the ref's counting. There he goes, he waves it off at 11 seconds. So, that was super, super fast. But, something interesting, when you go and look on BoxRec, they have that listed officially at 10 seconds. And as you see, it was actually 11, but close. That was very close. And that, a lot of people list as the fastest knockout in history, that one right there. But let's see if that holds true when I actually put a stopwatch to the rest of these. the last one we're looking at is my boxing brother, my man, Jeremy Williams. Now, he's fighting here Arthur Weathers. This is in 1996. And now let's check this out. All right. Bell rings. Jeremy comes in, does a body shot. Oh, boom. Hits him with a right uppercut. Down he goes. And the fight is stopped. Right there at 8 seconds. Okay. So, this is interesting because BoxRec actually has this one listed officially. It's the only one where there's more than a 1 second difference. It has this one listed officially at 10 seconds, whereas we here see 8 seconds, but it's a little hard to see from the angle. Let's rewind it and let's watch it again. Let's see what we could get from the angle. So he goes down, the referee's on top of him, and right there, the referee, you see the referee shadow wave off right there at 8 seconds. Then he grabs his head at about 9 seconds, and the referee isn't grabbing the fighter unless the fight's stopped. And then he turns back and waves it off again, but you hear the announcers also say the fight is stopped at 8 seconds. So it's pretty apparent that this fight was stopped at 8 seconds, not 10. Still, even at 10 seconds, making it the record, but at 8 seconds, definitely making it the world record. Now, guys, let me know if you enjoyed this. Also, let me know if there's any pro fight that I'm missing that should be a part of this. Please let me know in the comments, and if I miss something, I'll include it, man, because fair is fair. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Hey, guys, please subscribe and smash that like button. And if there's any fighters you want us to interview or anything else, any questions or comments, hit us up. We're here for you.